Alright guys, welcome back to Easy Engineering, and today I wanted to take a look at savings investment ratio, where we will do a pretty good example on it. And what is savings over investment ratio? It's basically your savings over your costs, the costs of the project. That's your ratio. How we go about these kinds of problems is we have to bring every single cash flow into either the present worth. They all have to be on the same timeline. So present, they can be annual or future. I like to work with the present because to me it seems the most simpler one. So let's read the problem. An investor is considering buying some land for $100,000 and constructing an office building on it. 3 different buildings are analyzed. The investor uses a MARR of 8%. I call it the MAR. The MAR is just your interest rate for this type of setup. So we got basically 3 different buildings. Let's go ahead and label them. 1, 2, 3. And we're gonna have to analyze each one and find their savings investment ratio. That's what the question is asking us. So let's work on example 1. Building 1. Let's see what we can do with that. Let's see what's going on here. For the first line, we have a $400,000 cost, which is negative. And let's work in the present, so it already is in the present because that's the original cost in year 0. We got a resale value of land and building at end of 20-year analysis period. This is kind of like the salvage value at the end of 20 years. But notice the star and the star at the bottom here. Resale value to be considered is a reduction in cost rather than a benefit. So in the savings over investment / cost, it will be added to the salvage value, the salvage plus. That's all it means. And it is not in the present. You have to bring it to the present with the compound interest factors. And the last type of cash flow is an annual rental income after all operating expenses have been deducted. So $70,000 per year for 20 years has to be brought to the present. All right, let's find our present worth over here. Let's just write it all out in one equation. Make it easy and not complicated. So our first transaction is the initial cost, which is already in the present. No need to do anything with that. That's the cost. And let's work with the resale. Bring it to the present because it's not. So we're going to use the compound interest factor of P over F. So we want P given F, given I, given N, where I is equal to 8% and N is equal to 20. So going into the tables, compound interest factors tables, so you can find them in a textbook or at the back of any textbook or on the internet. Quick Google compound interest factors tables. P over F for 8% and 20 years gives us a value of 0.2145. 0.2145. So 0.2145 times 200 gives us a value of $42,900 in the present worth of that resale value. And now the present worth of the annual cost, the annual income, will have to be brought to the present using the P over A compound interest factor. So 70,000 multiplied by P over A. We want P given A given 8% given 20 years. Going into the tables, for P over A at 20, we get 9.818. 9.818, giving us a value of 687,260. So that's all you're going to do for that. Now we're actually going to calculate the ratio. R is equal to savings over cost. So our cost is 400,000, but negative, right? And we're going to have to add to it the, it says, remember, the resale value is reducing the cost. So we're going to add to it the present worth resale value of 42,900 over the savings. Basically, we're getting back 687,260. And doing the calculation, now I just noticed one fatal error that I made, which would give you a completely wrong answer. I'll give you guys a minute to pause the video and just come back if you figure it out. If you give up, just come back right away. So, reading the problem, you guys have to read the problems always carefully, because you have to grab every single little bit from it that you can. The cost of the building is $400,000 for 2 stories, but you also have to consider the $100,000 of land that you're paying as well. So we're going to have to change this denominator, 400,000 to 500,000, like that. Let's erase that. It almost got me, guys, I'm not going to lie. And this ends up giving a value of -1.5. So that's our ratio, 1.5. And basically, guys, since building 2 and 3, it's just the same thing, just different values. Like the resale is just a little higher, and so is the cost and the annual income. Of course, because you're gaining more stories, you're going to have to pay more and you'll gain more income. But the concept is the same, so I'm not going to go through them. Really easy stuff, guys. Hope you do well on your next exam. I'll see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video and understood something. Peace out.